And welcome back to Daytime. Looking forward to going to rogerstv.com and seeing the video of Scott McKay pounding out that steel. That was pretty neat. You can also go to Facebook and find us Daytime London, and Twitter as well, Daytime London.
He almost had athletic form in doing that.
That's a lot of work.
Maybe we could hook him up with some folks from Empower Conditioning to train like an athlete. Like that segue?
It's very nice.
Okay.
Segue of the day.
Kari and Paul are here from Empower Conditioning. It's good to see you both. We're talking tips for training like an athlete, and this is something that, you know, when I'm at the gym, I know I don't do. I just know that, okay, hey, I made it. I'm here, and I'm training, and I'm sweating, right? And that's good enough. Yes, no?
Get through it. Just get through that hour. Not necessarily. I try to get my clients to think like an athlete, train like an athlete, and I'm going to use Paul as an example here because he's been the pro athlete, he's been the national team athlete, he's getting inducted to the Sports Hall of Fame tomorrow night. So, but for him, he's been retired for 1.5 years, and a lot of athletes who retire, they kind of do this immediately when they're done. But this is a guy who's 7% body fat, very much in shape, still trains, does everything he needs to do, and we want to use the tips from him and how to think on a day-to-day basis with your lifestyle habits, with how you train, so that Joe Blow can be thinking like an athlete when they're training to get more results and get more out of their training session, everything like that.
Okay, Paul, so as co-owner of Empower, what is the biggest mistake that just the average Joe makes in trying to do the training by himself?
It'd probably be going in without a plan or a true purpose. I mean, I know a lot of people saying, yeah, I want to get back in shape, got to get in the gym, and they get there, which is awesome. That's the first step. You've been proactive, you're at the gym.
You got there, Sabrina.
I made it today.
You got there.
But you need a plan. You need to go to the gym with a fair bit of focus of what are you trying to get out of that hour, you know? As an athlete, for me, training over those years, every time before the workout, I was thinking about what I needed. What does my body need to perform my best for the upcoming matches I have or training sessions? And so there's never random training. It's always part of a plan, and having that plan is motivating because you're setting almost mini goals as you go. So you're seeing how you're performing compared to your plan and where you want to be.
I would think it's probably a good idea to have goals that you can measure your success, right? I mean, I know for myself when I'm training, I haven't changed the weight that I'm using, like really in the last
tisk
8 months. So I haven't, right?
Then you're maintaining. Then you're maintaining.
Is that a sign that she's not progressing?
Absolutely, because at that point, if she wants to maintain right now, then that's okay. That's fine. But as long as you know what your goals are, if you still want to get stronger, you still want to change body composition, you still want to work towards something, then there needs to be change in how you're lifting, the other things you're doing within your workout. If that's not happening, then you're not going to be getting towards those goals. With him, I've trained him for, how long?
Since 2000, I guess.
So since 2001. Since 2001.
Yeah. A decade.
So, and I make him record, and then when he sees his next workout, he sees, okay, I lifted 100 kilos in this last, I need to at least match that, if not better it, based on what the program is, based on what the lift is, and what the goal is. So that monitoring on a day-to-day basis, on a workout-to-workout basis, makes a huge difference.
But I think a lot of regular people are afraid to do that just because, well, now I can look back and be disappointed in print when I keep a record. How can you? Is that also?
That's a very pessimistic way of looking at it.
Well, I guess it's a way of keeping you on track, though. Is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, it's so important. And we try to teach the young athletes coming in the gym. You've got to record because you can't remember everything you've been doing, and if you do repeat that weight that you're at, you're going to be able to do it. You've trained it. You know, you bench press your 100 kilos or whatever it is. When you go back in next time, you're not thinking, what did I do? Was it 95? If you do 95 that day, you've taken a step back.
Right.
Right? You see, I did 100. I can do it again. Or I'm feeling good today. I'm going to push it a little bit and see how it goes. Write that down. And the progress comes that way. If you're going in randomly and not consistent in what you're doing, then you don't get the benefit that you can.
You can literally slow your own progress.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's face it, the average person really, for the most part, doesn't know how to train like an athlete, right? So that's where you come in, right? Having a professional to guide you through and to give you that sort of if I may, kick in the patootie, right? Seriously.
Yeah, intensity is key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Intensity is huge. The lifestyle choices on the day-to-day basis is huge. I mean, he went from burning however many calories per day with, say, 3 training sessions. If he had two practices and a weight workout, so 3 training sessions in a day, eating for that is huge. Now he's
it's a
not.
job.
Yeah, it's and the recovery for it is huge. Now he's retired, but he's Joe Blow. He's the dad. He's working. He's doing all that. So he has to listen to his body and think about, what am I going to eat next? Because I've been sitting on my butt all morning at the computer, or listening to what the needs are.
Yeah. That's just described my lifestyle. Great. That's awesome.
Paul, you have quite the decorated career in volleyball. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You're being inducted tomorrow into the Sports Hall of Fame.
Correct.
Here, just over across the street, over at the Carousel Room at the Western Fair, right?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, first of all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a huge honor. Hasn't really sunk in yet, but.
So how many years? What have you?
Well,
what have you been
yeah,
doing to deserve this?
Well, I started playing for the national team out of high school in 1993. I played for Canada for 15 years. And professionally in Europe for 14. So over the course of 17 years, I was at the international level.
Wow.
And my knees are thanking me for it. But seriously, it was a fantastic ride. And one thing that I've been thinking about lately with the Hall of Fame induction coming up is just all the people who helped me along the way. Because I was really lucky to have great coaches at certain points in my career do the right things, I believe, with me, just to help direct me. It wasn't me that did it. It was a team of people. It's having a great strength coach, a nutritionist, the right coaching. It's not one person who makes it happen in any sport, really. It's the whole team coming together. So
in the early years of your career, did you have that mentality that I'm training like a professional athlete, that one day I'm going to be a professional athlete?
I think so. When I was young, I was motivated by always getting to the next step. I wanted to be the best player on the team. I wanted to make the provincial team. I wanted to make the national team, so I was highly motivated. At that time, we didn't have the internet, so you didn't have this plethora of information available of exactly the right things to do, but I sought out what I thought was the best advice and tried to apply it in my training all the time because I was hyper-competitive and wanting to beat that next guy next to me.
And he's a ridiculously hard worker. I've worked with a lot of Olympians, a lot of national team athletes. He is one of the top 3 hardest workers.
Wow. Well, congratulations again, and thank you both for coming in. It's empowerconditioning.com, the website.
Excellent.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Thank you. Okay, it's time now to take a look at our pet of the day.